Hey guys, what's up? It's Fern. Thank you so much for joining me for another Planty video. So today we are going to be doing some potting, and I'm so excited because we are finally going to be potting up my beautiful Philodendron Splendid. I am just so eager to get this thing on a pole, and I have a moss pole made. If you watched my last video, which was all about moss poles, I made a pole in that video, and that's the one that I'm going to be using for this plant. So I have this one right here. We're going to be starting off with potting this up, and then, oh, I just noticed this stick is moldy. Is this a chopstick? I think that this was a chopstick that I used, and I just noticed it's like all moldy. So maybe don't use chopsticks in your IKEA greenhouse cabinets. Yikes. So we're going to do this one, the Philodendron Splendid, first, and then we are going to be potting up some of the propagations that we took a few weeks ago. So I'm going to be potting up all of those string of heart propagations, also my trailing jade propagations. Cannot wait to have like a plant of that again. Also my all the other string of things that I took, the Silver Glory string of hearts, the string of spades, the string of needles. Yeah, we're gonna be potting those up as well. I know that the lighting is a little crazy, but I think it's going to be fine once I have the camera like focused on what we're doing. It's just this upper whole situation. Look at her sunbathing though. What an angel from heaven.
You an angel from heaven, baby.
She's on this thing lately where she feels like 2 p.m. is the time that she should be having her SUPPER, and that's false. So she's a little cranky right now because she's not getting it. Okay, let's change the angle up here and let's get going with the Philodendron Splendid. Okay, so this is the terracotta pot that I'm going to be potting it up into. It's quite large. This is 6.7 inches. So almost a 7-inch terracotta pot. And the reason that I'm using this pot is because we need to be able to fit this moss pole, which is going to take up like a large portion of the pot, as you can see. So I find that if I'm just really careful with watering, then it's okay. I did the same thing with my Philodendron Sportuanum. I just potted, like, it was several small cuttings, and I potted them into a similarly sized pot with a large moss pole, and it worked out fine. So that's what I'm going to be doing again. Okay, I realized I had to move the camera up a bit so that you can see what I'm doing with the moss pole. Anyways, okay, so I've left space in the bottom of this moss pole to fill with my potting mix. And this was kind of tricky last time. I feel like the last time I did this might have been a Patreon video, so a lot of you probably haven't seen it, but I tried to fill potting mix in the bottom of the pole that my Sportuanum's on. And it is kind of tricky, but we're just going to do our best here. I have my potting mix right here beside me, and I'm just going to undo this button. Oh boy. Oh wow, why is that so? Oh gosh, maybe I'm just getting weak. Okay. I'm just gonna do it over the pot, so... Man, how did I even do this last time? I'm stressed. Okay, my large pumice will, oh no. I'm really not sure how I did this last time. I'm just gonna put it entirely upside down. Oh gosh. Well, I'm gonna be vacuuming after this. Okay, now this is a little ridiculous. Oh, that actually worked pretty well. Okay, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, but I just flipped this entirely upside down and then filled it up. Kind of had to do it off camera, sorry. I'm just going to put a layer of potting mix in here. And the reason that I'm doing this is so that there's not like this massive amount of sphagnum moss that's just going to be like wet and sitting in this pot, because then we're going to be putting our plant at risk for root rot. So I'm experimenting with doing this situation of putting the potting mix in the bottom of the pole. Okay, I guess I can fill it a bit more because our cuttings aren't going to be sitting that deep in here. I am seriously going to be so excited to see this plant grow. One of my absolute favorites this year. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I think I have 3 separate cuttings in here, so I'm going to take those out. Ooh, we'll take a look at the roots here together. Look at those roots. Oh, so satisfying. Okay. Oh, we even have some new leaves that are like trying to come out. I had to cut one off because it was just like not unfurling. It was just dying off in the water. Oh, oh boy, they're kind of stuck together here. That's okay. Patience. Ooh. I have lots of patience today. I am in such a good mood today, you guys, because it's been so sunny all day. It honestly, it just changes my life when it's a sunny day. Like, I'm not even being dramatic. I feel like a different person, which really makes me think that I should move somewhere sunny. Okay. I don't want to break any of these. Oh, here we go. One is comfrey. Okay. Okay, cutie pie. Hello, my friend. Look. Oh, look at that long one. Okay, so that is our first cutting. And we'll just put them around the pot, I suppose. Oops. I'm like trying to do this so that you guys can see it, but I can't really see what's going on. Okay. Got these ones free as well, so that's a 2-leafer right there. Look at those roots. And then this is just a smaller one. This is the smallest cutting of the bunch, so put this small one over here. And then I guess I'll put this cutting, whoop, just right here. I really hope that they're going to be okay in this pot. Like I said, I have done this once before and it's going well, so that's why I'm doing it again. I'm just hoping it's going to go well again. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the other part, I'm going to get this moldy stick out of here first of all. That's going to be going in the trash. So we're going to unpot this. I'm curious to see the roots too on this. Okay, so here we go. There's sphagnum moss. Botanicas tends to put sphagnum at the bottom of the pot. So I've noticed that on all the plants that I've gotten from them. And the plants all are just like so happy from Botanicas, so I guess it's working out. Okay, I'm just gonna like loosely, gently get as much potting mix as I can off. And sphagnum. Okay. There we go. Alright, so that's a pretty decent root system for this little guy, if you can see there. So I'm just going to stick him over here. So now I have 4 separate plants in here, which is awesome. That's exactly what I want. So I want it to be like a more full plant wrapping around the moss pole. Okay, so I'm just going to start filling this. These sunny days that we have been occasionally having have just been making me so excited for spring and summer. I just feel like my content is so much better in those months. Like there's just so much more to do. Everything looks better, it's brighter, plants are growing. The sun and good weather just like inspires me so much. I'm just really looking forward to this year, you guys. And thank you so much. I feel like you guys have just been like so, I mean, you're always nice and supportive, but I just feel like you guys have been like so extra sweet lately, and I've been getting super nice comments and just so much support on my videos, even when my mental health has not been like 100%. And I feel like I'm not really like, sometimes I just feel like I could improve things so much and I don't know, just be so much better, but I just like literally don't have the mental capacity or the energy to do so. And even when I'm not feeling amazing, you guys are still just like so kind and sweet, and I really appreciate it like so much. So thank you. Okay, so that is all potted up. I think that I will be putting a slow release fertilizer in here, and then we'll pop it in the shower. So this, once it grows, I'll be pinning it using my garden Velcro so that it can grow up this moss pole. But for now, I'm just going to leave it be, let it root a little bit more, and then once it gives me a leaf or two, I'll be able to do that. So we can look forward to that together. Very exciting. Why don't I go get that fertilizer right now, actually? Okay, so I'm just gonna be using my Osmo coat, still working through my gigantic bucket. I always crack up whenever I use this because my friend ordered this for me because she was ordering some, so she asked if I wanted in on the order, so I said yes, but I had never used it before, so I had no idea like how little of an amount you needed. So she asked me how many I wanted, and I answered it was like 4 of these, and she was like, oh my god, like you're gonna have a lifetime supply. And I was like, oh shoot, like I didn't realize how much that would be, like, because you only need the tiniest, like you literally only need like this much. And I've had this for a year now and I've barely made a dent in it, so I'm just like, oh my god, imagine if I would have 4 of these. Okay, so I'm just going to sprinkle it around on top here. Maybe I'll just put a little bit more, it's a bigger container. Okay, perfect. Now let's pop her in the shower. Let me know if you guys grow Philodendron splendid. I feel like it's an underrated plant. Not underrated, I just feel like sometimes the hybrids don't get as much hype as they should, but this one's incredible. Okay, that should be good. I just realized that I didn't need to wet the moss pole because it's not even climbing the moss pole yet, but whatever, it got a thorough drenching. Get my bike in my kitchen, you guys, with my house coat on it. I need a bigger house. Okay, you guys, next on the list is the string of hearts. So here they are. I'll try to give you a better view of all their roots in there. You can see that. So I am going to, oh my goodness, there's so much like new growth happening on the ends, even though they're just in water. So I'm going to be potting these up, obviously, and I'm going to try to do it in a way, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna try to do it in a way where they stay somewhat organized. Although part of me has just accepted that a string of hearts just gets tangled. If you have any tips for them to not get tangled, let me know, but I guess I'll just take them out of like one vial at a time and put them into the pot. They're already getting tangled. Haven't even potted them up yet. Okay, so there's the roots for the first bunch. And you can see there's just like so much new growth happening on the ends here. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit potting mix. And then, yeah, these are just gonna get tangled. That's just gonna be the way that it's gonna be. Actually, I feel like this is gonna be kind of hard to do now that I'm doing this. Oh my goodness. Okay, one bunch. So I have 5 bunches to do. This is the second bunch. Oh, this one has my favorite leaves. I'll never get over them. If you have not seen the video where I took all these propagations, I will have it linked in the description box for your viewing pleasure. Okay, next one. These are really tangled. I can't even tell where. Oh, there we go. Okay, got them out. Pop those guys right there. I'm trying to make it like evenly around the pot, but it's kind of tricky. Okay, and then the last bunch is right here. There's some nice leaves on this one as well. Very satisfying. Okay, these ones are gonna go at the back here. I'm kind of doing this far away, aren't I? Okay, I'm gonna have to stand up and then we'll fill it with potting mix. Okay, I mean, it doesn't look amazing right now because they're kind of like in clumps, but I feel like once they root a little bit more, I'll be able to kind of manipulate them and spread them out. I don't want to right now because I don't want to just like pull them right out of the pot. But overall, this looks so much better than what it was before I chopped it off, and this is just going to be so pretty once it grows. Like, oh my goodness, she is gonna be lush, you guys. I'm super happy with this. And I will be hanging this in my self-facing window again, just like it was before I chopped it up. Okay, so I guess we'll just do the rest of the string ofs next. So I have my string of hearts silver glory right here, and I propagated 1 or 2 strands of it. Let's take a look. Oh, there's a few strands of it actually. I've been propagating in water again. I think that all of these propagations today are water propagations. For string ofs, well, for a lot of things, I like water propagation actually. It's mostly wet sticks that I prefer the prop box. I mean, everything will root amazingly in the prop box, but water propagation is just like so simple. But if water propagation doesn't work, or it's really slow or something, then I'll put it in my perlite box and it goes a lot faster. Okay, so I'm wanting to add this in to my silver glory, so I'm gonna try to just remove some of the mix, create space. Ooh, there's a lot of roots in there. I can feel it's like hard. I can see some of them too. You guys see the roots in there? Okay, so I have 4 strands, I believe. I'm just going to try to place them into here. I just wanted a more full pot for this plant. Okay. These ones are so nice. I love this strand. Just gonna take these hearts off of here because they're just going to rot if they're buried. Just gonna carefully try to fill it up. All right, so again, doesn't look amazing like right after the fact. But once this starts growing, it'll just be nice because this was all on one side before. So now I'm gonna have some vines like going around the rest of the pot. yeah, this soil wasn't super dry, so I'll probably just like very lightly water in that part of the pot after. It's really not a great time for me to do that. Like ideally you want your, if you're adding into a mother plant, it's best to have it dry, like due for water, so that you can just like fully water the whole thing when you add the cuttings in. But I'm just kind of working around that. All right, now we're gonna be doing the same thing with my string of spades here. This has not put out any new growth, I don't think, since I've cut it, but that's okay. So I think I only have one, do I have 2 strands? Oh man, I have 2 strands of this to fit in here. Okay, that's fine. This is a very small pot, but I don't think it's due for an up pot yet, so I'm just going to try to fit those cuttings into here with it. Just gonna take them out. There's 1, and there's 2. String of needles, we'll do that one next. Okay, so fit this little guy in here. Ooh, the roots are really nice on this. Look at those. Very, very nice. Oh, this stem is kind of, I can just take that off. Okay. Okay, that one was kind of tricky to get in here, but I think it's gonna be fine. So now I have 4 vines on this guy, which I'm happy about. It was only the 2 before, so we are gradually getting more vines happening in this guy. Now the string of needles, which should be straightforward because we only have this 1 little strand to fit in here. So same thing. Whoa, there's like a big bulb. Whoops. You see that big bulb in there? I don't know if you'll be able to see. Oh, there's a couple. Look at that one right there too. Oh, these string of plants are so interesting. Okay, let's fit this guy in. There we go. Easy peasy. Cover it back up. Oh my goodness. Let's get these huge, oh shoot, I just pulled it out. I want to get these huge pumice chunks out of here because that's going to do nothing for these plants. That is it. So we have repotted all of my string ofs, which is good. So this guy has 3 vines now. Already getting tangled. Already getting tangled. Finished result for that guy. Really hope I can get this to be a more full plant this summer. Okay, so next we are doing the trailing jade, and oh my goodness, you guys, so there's so many. Let me see if I can turn this and show you. Look, there's 3 jars of propagations here, and that isn't even all of them. I still have 1 more that I just don't think I'm gonna be able to fit all of these, so if I do have room, then I'll grab the other one that I have going, but these are the most rooted. So I have another 6.7 inch terracotta pot that we are going to be potting them into. I'm hoping that this plant is gonna be happier in terracotta since it just like completely rotted on me in the plastic. Oh, or do I don't think I want to do terracotta because I want to be able to hang this from my bed. Maybe I'll put it back into its plastic pot and I'll just use my chunky mix. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that because I really liked this hanging in my room. Okay, I don't know why this looks smaller than I remember it to be, but that's the pot. So I'm just going to, does it go like this? No, this. Okay, I'm just gonna fill it up with some soil. Then I guess I'm just going to take these out. Oh, so many roots. I'm just gonna take off any dead leaves, then stick her in. Okay, so some of them I think maybe weren't fully submerged in the water or something and they don't have roots, but I'm going to put them in anyways just to see what happens because I have had success just propagating this plant into soil, so I'm just gonna put them in and we'll see how it goes. This is gonna be a thick plant. Okay, it's pretty full. I'm gonna fill it up with potting mix now. Okay, so I think it's pretty full. I'm gonna water this through and it'll kind of get some of that soil that's on some of the leaves off. But that's the finished result. I'll have to put its little hanger back on and put it back on my bed. This is almost what it looked like when I first purchased it, like around the same size. So I'm pretty happy that I was able to save a lot of this plant, and it grows really quickly too. So I'm sure that it's just gonna take off again. Alright you guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed potting up these plants with me. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below. I would love to chat with you. Also give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Try